Retirement actually killed my father. His retirement lasted 15 years, and his decline was like him jumping off a cliff. Now, Jody and I have spent the past 5 years doing the complete opposite. We call it climbing a mountain. It's the complete opposite of what my dad did, and we want to share with you today some of the things you can do to have the same outcome that we have.
You know, the past 5 years have really been miraculous for us, and today we're going to share with you the holy grail of a successful retirement.
Our holy grail.
Yep.
And you know what? I think this is going to be our new thing.
A holy grail?
We might even rebrand the channel, the Holy Grail of Retirement.
I'm pretty sure holy grail's probably already trademarked.
Okay. Well, we all make daily choices about how we want to spend our time, right? Every day. Jody and I do the same thing. Is it watching TV all day and being sedentary?
Which could be okay.
Which can be okay.
Yeah.
I actually did that on Saturday because I was
were
having one of those days. Or is it thriving and growing and getting healthier so that we live different from the way my dad did, for sure?
You know, today we want you to listen and take a few notes and think of your life and what you want to do for the rest of the time you're here and alive.
You need to think about this because this is really your final act. I turned 76.
Whoa.
67. Whoa.
Whoa.
I flipped it.
You
67 yesterday.
Yep.
13 more years, I'm 80.
Right.
You know? 23 years, I'm 100.
But
90.
But I will tell you, our kids aged 39 and younger, and their significant others, said you're making 67 look easier than 39.
Well, thank you for
I
that.
liked that. That was a good compliment.
It was a great compliment. But here's the thing. At 67, or whatever age you are, how do you want to be remembered? What impact are you going to make on your family, in your community, on the world? What is going to be your legacy?
And you know, we hear all the time things, but yeah, you know, here they go again, up on their soapbox, preaching the good life. And you know what? You bet we are. Or as our neighbors from Minnesota say, you betcha. You know, we're dead serious about changing the way everyone approaches retirement, or at least influencing it that.
Right.
I don't know if we can actually change it, but we could influence it.
It's so much mindset and habits and routines and everything else that we talk about. But really want to take all your doubts about retirement and put it aside. And stay with us today as we share our 7 key strategies that we perfected for our retirement. And if you're new here, I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Jody.
And we don't focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather your lifestyle, your health, your relationships, and more.
So please hit the subscribe button. But more importantly, if you're finding that this video is helping you, share it with other people that you love and care about that are on the same journey that you are.
Absolutely.
So last week, Jody and I were playing golf. And we haven't played much this winter, but we.
Well, I have.
Together.
Yeah, together we haven't played. You've been deep in the business.
And the book and everything else.
Right.
And now they've got a lot more free time, so now we're spending more time playing golf. But what I noticed last week was that I was completely in the moment. And it wasn't like that during my career. In my career, I'm always thinking about the next thing, the next project. What do I have to do this afternoon? What do I have to do in 10 minutes? What emails do I have to answer? You know, and I'm thinking weeks, months, and years ahead. And it was just stressful.
Right.
But now in retirement, when we've been able to slow down a little bit and pause, I'm finding myself that I'm in the moment all the time. And that is so much different than it used to be.
And it can really help your golf game because, you know, all you need to think about right now is your next shot. You don't need to, you know, start solving problems for later in the day, the week, the month, or the year, right?
But we've had to work at that.
Right.
And the 7 strategies we're going to share today have allowed us to get to the point. After being in retirement for 5 years.
It's taken a long time for us to get here.
It really has. And the thing is, we're trying to give you our secrets of success and what we hear from our clients and the comments that we get on the YouTube channel. So, you know, and we're coaching each other all the time on this and coaching others. So, you know, I just want you to pay attention today because, you know, I think back on my dad and the decisions that he made that ruined his retirement. And we're not going to do that.
Yeah. And my dad made so many bad decisions before retirement that he never made it to retirement because of his lifestyle choices.
Now, part of retirement is having a good relationship with your partner, wife, husband, whatever it is. So there's a link below to one of our free downloads, the Relationship Toolkit, that you can use with a husband or wife, or a close friend, or even a colleague.
Really, any significant relationship in your life you could use this toolkit for. So download it and check it out.
All right, so here are our holy grail of retirement strategies. Trademarked. Can we trademark that?
I don't think so.
Nah, too bad. All right. The first thing you have to get right is your finances. You need good financial management and wellness within there. How much money do you have? How much money is coming in? How much money is going out? They seem like basic questions, and a lot of people, even people with enough money, don't think they have enough money when they retire. So you need to get some help in this area.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a good time to also mention, and maybe we should link it below, the new retirement platform that we have a partnership with, and it just is an easy planning tool for you to use to run scenarios in retirement.
It's a dashboard that ties all your financial information together. I forget what it costs, $100 a year or $150?
I think.
Something. It's free for, I don't know, 2 weeks. You could try it.
Yeah.
It's a great tool, but really having a good idea on how much you have, and there's all these scenarios everybody can run, but realizing that you can control some things, like you can decide that, you know what, this house, even though it's paid off, it's bigger.
Right.
It's 5,000 square feet. It's got 4 bedrooms. You don't need 4 bedrooms. Even though it's paid off, you have to heat it or cool it. You have to paint it and take care of it, put a new roof on it. All that stuff costs a lot of money.
It does. So things like downsizing, going from 2 houses to 1, or a big house to a smaller house, or even moving from the house concept to a condo, co-op, apartment. Those are things to think about that really help in your financial planning. And then once you get your plan, what's coming in, what's going out, where are your expenses, key expenses for the month, and develop a plan and stick to it. How often do you want to go out to dinner? How many family vacations do you want? What type of housing do you need? I mean, that's really what we're talking about with getting the basics for your financial plan. Number one.
Right. And if you get this right, you're going to have financial independence. All right.
Now, the second part of this is, thinking to yourself, does part-time work or consulting maybe fit into your retirement plan? For us, this YouTube channel and our business Retirement Transformed gives us fulfillment. It fills part of our day. We know that we're serving others. We're building a channel. We're trying to learn new skills as we go. Well, sometimes we're climbing a mountain of learning, that's for sure, with YouTube and some of the social media platforms.
But I want to say something here, because we get a fair number of comments on our channel from people that watch it, and they say, these two are not retired. They're working. They're going on business trips. They're doing this. They're doing that. They should just really retire. We are retired from our first careers. But part-time work or consulting, like you said, Jody, it gives us fulfillment. It fills part of our day.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes, like this past Saturday, I didn't feel like doing anything.
Right.
And I didn't do anything. I watched TV, I read a little bit, I took a nap. There's people that do that every day in retirement. It's really unhealthy.
So this idea of part-time work or consulting, once you're in retirement, I think it's important to assess your time, assess your plan, and figure out if that fits in and if it will be additive. Because if it's not additive, then it doesn't fit into your retirement world. And I think that's fine too.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having some extra money come in to pay some of your expenses so you can go on vacation or pay for meals out. Nothing wrong with that in this phase of life, especially if it gives you some purpose and you got passion around it, and it gives you a reason to get up in the morning. So that's the second bucket strategy that we use for our, what do we call this? We trademark
the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
The third strategy that we have is building community. This is so darn important, and we've gotten really good at it. And you have to change your mindset.
You know, it just made me think at all major transitions in life, whether you're going from grade school to middle school to high school to college to your working jobs or your careers, or you move around if you're a military family, you know, every big transition in life, you have to build community. Retirement is no different, finding new friends, keeping the old friends, making sure you're reaching out. And I think the really big part here is being intentional about it.
Well, yes, that is what we've learned in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You can't just come to Florida like we did and move in and expect people are going to ring your bell and say, oh, you're new in the neighborhood, let's go out to dinner. We've worked at it.
Right.
And we've made some mistakes. We've picked some wrong friends. We just don't call them again. But we've picked some really right ones.
Right.
And they've introduced us to other right friends. So we have what are we doing on Wednesday night? We're doing a
progressive appetizer and dessert dinner with 9 couples.
9 couples.
Yeah. It'll be really fun.
I mean, that's gonna. I haven't done that.
I think Mark's a little worried that he's not going to get enough to eat, but I promise you will.
Well, I did that in my 30s. When you meet new people. But this is such a great time. I mean, we have community at the gym. We have community at our golf league. We do lunch groups a little off. Family is critical still. We stay in touch with our family. But if you can get this third strategy, building community right. Your retirement will flourish.
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay. So the third bucket, or the next bucket, is, because I think this was the fourth bucket, is physical activity. And you guys know we're always on a platform pushing people to be active. We have always been active. But now we're in a whole new level of activity that took us, again, 5 years to kind of figure out what we wanted our physical activity to be and how it was going to translate to physical wellness. Right now we're both doing morning boot camps, 1 hour, 5 days a week. Mark does 5 days. I only do 4 because I have a golf day in the middle of the week. And it was hard at first, getting up early, not knowing what you were doing, getting a little anxious about different, workouts. I know you weren't anxious about it, but me at almost 60 years old doing an army crawl across the floor is not a really good look. But it took some courage, and now we're addicted.
And you know what? Before that, honestly, our physical activity, I'm going to call bullshit on both of us. Because we said we worked out, we said we were active, but it was walking a little bit, and it was doing this. We are now busting our butts for an hour, 5 days a week, 4 days a week, to feel good, to look good, to have the energy that we need.
I'm not calling bullshit on my prior physical activity, because my 90 minutes of hot power yoga would kick your ass every day.
That's true.
So
I think you're calling
bullshit on himself.
Yeah, because I was in the garage doing it
jumping jacks.
Yeah, well,
much.
That's not really nice. But we're getting stronger. Yes. We're building muscle. Look at your arms.
I'm not going to flex my arms.
Okay. We hit the golf ball longer.
Yeah,
we spend time walking Ruby. Physical activity, without a doubt. If you get this right in your retirement, you're going to have boundless energy to carry you throughout the day.
And it's funny, at any stage of the game, so no matter where you are in pre-retirement, just retired, post-retirement, 10 years into retirement, or any of our kids, and I just had this conversation this morning with our 27, soon-to-be 28-year-old who just got a big promotion, your physical wellness has to be a part of your day no matter where you are on the spectrum. Because if you're physically fit and well and you've, done your exercise, everything else gets easier after that.
She said to me yesterday, I need a morning routine like yours, but I can't figure out how to do it. And I'm like, I'm 67 and I have a morning routine. I wish that I was doing the morning routine I'm doing now.
At 27.
At 27.
Yeah.
I don't regret it.
Well, you must have inspired her, because she got up at 5 this morning, she moved her body, she ate a good breakfast, and then off to work. So that was a good
So let's talk about another one, nutrition, which is big for both of us.
Yeah, it's big for both of us. We stopped eating junk food, bad snacks, fast food, You
Well,
stop.
wait a second. You're talking about me.
I
You
am.
didn't do junk food. You didn't do bad snacks or fast food, but I did.
I just don't have the stomach for it. I kind of wish I did. You know, when you're driving down the highway and someone says, "Oh, there's a Chick-fil-A," I panic because I don't even know what to order.
I love
I
Chick-fil-A.
know you do. But, you know, we're doing things like more water and healthier snacks and really working hard on not cheating. But if we do cheat, we're mindful about it.
Right.
Right?
We're trying to watch our sugar.
Yeah.
We're doing more of a Mediterranean diet. It's actually fun if you've got a little bit of interest in cooking, even a little bit. Start Googling Mediterranean chicken in a skillet or something. You get these amazing
Yeah.
recipes and they're fun. You go shopping, that takes a little bit of time to start getting creative.
So on
But
my
we're-
nights to cook, though, I always Google simple Mediterranean chicken in
Yeah.
a pan.
Simple Mediterranean
simple.
chicken in a pan for you is
Yeah.
have Mark cook dinner.
Well, that's
It's my
true,
favorite dish to
That
cook,
is
by
true.
the way. I gotta do recipes.
Yeah.
We're doing less meat, more fish, some chicken, a lot of vegetables. We cook at home a lot more.
We do.
Going out to eat is gonna be unhealthy. I don't care where you go. Well, that's not true. Not all the time.
No.
But most restaurants are cooking unhealthy. Too much butter,
Salt.
sugar. So if you can get this one right, this strategy, which we think we really are 5 years into it,
We're getting closer. I
and we
wouldn't say
couple
we nailed it,
nutrition
but-
with exercise, your future's going to be different. You're going to be filled with a positive attitude about how you look, how you feel, and your energy level. All right.
All right, so the next bucket is the sleep bucket. And again, we have videos on the channel about sleep, about rest, and the importance thereof. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep are the top 3 for us in that order, I think.
Yeah, we track
sure.
our sleep every single day. Might sound a little weird, but we have our aura
Yeah.
rings. And what happens is if we eat late or eat meat or have some alcohol, our sleep deteriorates. So sometimes if that's going to happen, we just have to know we're going to have poor sleep. But that's rare.
Yeah.
Because we really do everything we need to do, including getting ready for sleep, making sure the room is cold and quiet, no screen time before we sleep, because it's critically important for us to get at least 7 hours of sleep. I unfortunately get about 6.5, 6 sometimes, because I get up so darn early. I get up at 4, and I just can't stop doing that. So if I go to bed as late as 10, and I sleep till 4, that's 6 hours,
yeah.
including maybe tossing and turning. But we're almost obsessed with sleep because it happens every day, right? So we have to really make sure we do it. And I think our sleep schedule and habits really have been helpful.
I also think, if you think about sleep, it's one of those things that you can control, right? You can, control the temperature, like you said, the darkness in your room, the sheets, the covers, the blankets. I mean, we have a weighted blanket that we sleep with, which Mark has really loved. I kind of sleep hot, so I'm in and out of the weighted blanket.
Well, it feels like I'm being hugged all night long.
Yeah, you do love the weighted blanket. But, with a good sleep schedule and habits, you kind of approach the day filled with like happiness and a renewed strength and laughter. And, you just feel better. And on the days when you don't get sleep, it's good to also jot down what may have caused that bad sleep.
Right.
Okay. So the next one.
Managing our stress.
Right.
And I think that, everything we've talked about now, up until now, has really helped us with the stress. We didn't specifically talk about meditation, but meditation for me over the last 5 years, actually longer, 7, 8 now, because I started it
It was
just
on my 50th birthday.
after I sold, after I sold the company, I started meditating. I'm telling you.
So you're on 9 years. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm about to be 59.
Yeah. And
2 weeks.
That's right.
Big presents.
60 next year. No, you get presents every decade.
Every decade. Okay.
Yeah.
Next year.
Managing your stress in retirement is important. There are things that happen that will stress you out.
Yeah.
Less than work, during your work years maybe, but there's no need to have stress at this stage of our life. I mean, we've got kids who are sick, struggling with this and that. You have to manage it. So meditation, deep breathing exercises, phone and social media downtime. I'm so close to just saying Sundays is no cell phone. No texting, no posting, no scrolling at all. I think that would really, personally, do me well for it. Why are you laughing?
I believe it when I see it.
Okay, it's a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's a little bit like a teenager with his phone. He's
That's not really nice.
constantly scrolling through
All day long. And why are you picking on teenagers?
I love teenagers.
Let's compare use time on our phone.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Happy to do it.
Right now or later?
We'll do it later.
All right. Well, listen. The other thing is managing your stress. It's a election year. There's war, in the Middle East right now. All of these things create stress.
Yeah.
Managing the news that you consume is really important, wouldn't you say?
But I would say managing your stress, if you get this right, you will definitely flourish. You'll begin to live kind of more in the moment and enjoy things in your life that, otherwise may have been missing.
All right, here's another one.
I think it's our last one.
Yeah, this is the one that really is important for us. Embracing lifelong learning. So we've been retired for 5 years, and we read like crazy about all sorts of things. And we learn a lot of things. We learn from our kids. But there are so many aspects of life where you can learn. It's kind of like we've made the decision that we've got, and you've got, 10, 20, 30, 40 years left. That's a lot of time to just stick with the knowledge that you've accumulated up till now. You don't want your brain to go dry and just stagnant.
I also think this concept of embracing lifelong learning, allows you to shed your old identity, right? So everything I knew up until I turned, 53, not everything, but a lot of what I learned came from the insurance industry. I knew a lot about the insurance industry. I knew a lot about distribution and claims and financial management and all that stuff. But that does not serving me that well in retirement. So embracing like new learning and lifelong learning helps you shed that old identity. It's like a good correlation, I think.
Well, even new technologies, whether it's just the phone, but I'm sure by now you've all heard of artificial intelligence or ChatGPT, which is one of the platforms that you can download on your phone. And I strongly recommend you do that. It's like asking Google a question, and instead of getting 30 different responses you need to scroll through, ChatGPT actually gives you a typed out answer that solves your problem.
It's more consolidated. It pulls from other resources. The only thing I would say is just remember it's a 2-year lag. So you're not getting the most current
That's not true. A lot of platforms now
have they updated?
They've updated, yeah. But lifelong learning using artificial intelligence, it's just fun to experiment a little bit. Don't be afraid of learning anything, because as you said, all of these strategies have really helped us, and they are our trademark
Holy
Grail of retirement strategies. You heard it from us today.
That's right.
This is where we focus our time and energy in these 7 areas, and you can too. It takes time, takes discipline, habits, and some effort.
Yep. Use these 7 strategies to launch a new phase of your life. Learn how to meditate, learn how to journal, learn how to sleep better, and what are the key indicators that make you sleep better, and what are the ones that you fail on when you have a poor night's sleep. Invest some time every day to build a better version of yourself in retirement.
If you like this video, this next one, Retirement Planning for 2024, is a video that Jody and I did in January of this year, and we broke down all the areas of our life individually and as a couple and for the business that we wanted to focus on this year. So you really will enjoy this one next.